Well, the deadline for the state's two-year budget is getting closer. Ohio's governor has until June 30th to sign off on it. Chase Bachman spent the day looking into the budget. Chase, what'd you find?
Well, Jeff, the budget passed by the Ohio Senate earlier today covers the 2026 and 2027 fiscal years. And as you can imagine, it covers a lot of ground, from tax rates to education and even the Cleveland Browns' potential football stadium. The proposed Ohio state budget for the next 2 years involves more than $100 billion in annual spending. The budget would make a bunch of changes to what gets funded and the way the state is funded. The state would have a flat tax rate of 2.75% across the board, which means the wealthiest Ohioans would see a tax cut. Republican State Rep Josh Williams says it's one step closer to his party's bigger tax goal.
We've been steadfast in our approach that we want to eliminate the income tax here in the state of Ohio. We want to allow the individual voter to maintain more of their own money in their own pockets so they can decide how to spend that money. And this is just one step in the right direction.
For education, the budget would keep funding for the state's voucher program that helps parents send their kids to private schools. This comes after a Franklin County Common Pleas judge ruled Ohio's voucher program to be unconstitutional. There's also the issue of unclaimed funds. The state has almost $5 billion in unclaimed money. The Ohio Senate wants to take almost $2 billion of those dollars and use $600 million for a new Brown Stadium in Brook Park. The rest of it would be on standby for future sports projects and collecting interest. Zach Schmidt with the Wood County Democrats says it's a misuse of taxpayer money.
I think it's pretty shameful that we're giving about $600 million to the Haslam family for a new Brown Stadium when we can't get our school funding in check.
The budget keeps the same distribution formula of the Fair School Funding Plan, which is being phased in after repeated rulings that Ohio's school funding method was unconstitutional and relied too much on property taxes. Governor Mike DeWine has line item veto power, which basically means he can veto individual lines in the budget before signing it into law. Reporting in studio, Chase Bachman, WTOL 11.